Guys. I am still alive, as it turned out. Welcome in, everybody. My name is Darlene. Thank you for those of you who will be joining me tonight. I appreciate you being here. And let me pull myself up over here on my iPad for so I can see the chat better. And we're going to do a week ahead check-in and a couple of little business things. So bear with me one second, please. While I do this, I hope everybody is doing well. I know I wasn't here last week. Sorry, I wasn't here last week. I know. And if anybody's interested, I'll be happy to share, but you don't really want to know. It was something. Has been something. It still is something, by the way. Adia, hello, love. How are you doing? Now, before I get too deep into tonight, I was wanting to wait till a few people showed up. Aw, Jill, thank you so much. I missed being here. Believe me, if you knew what I've been dealing with, you would trust that I really wanted to be here with you guys more than what I was dealing with. I bought another townhouse. Just a quick story, and there's a renovation that's been needed, and contractors that show up when they weren't scheduled or won't show up, and things go wrong, and my ceiling fell through. It's just been stuff. I've had a leak in the one ceiling, and then they were supposed to order my flooring, and they didn't even order it. So it's just stuff like that. I've been just juggling, and I'm trying to do what I can to save money. Like today, I was over there painting a bathroom vanity, trying to, I'm restoring that, renovating it. So, it's just been like nonstop. And to be honest, I don't want to be here if I can't be here in good form for you guys. That's just who I am. I'm not going to be here and giving you less than you deserve, frankly, and less of me. And doing readings takes a lot of energy. I don't know if people know that. It takes a lot of energy. So, that's where I've been. That's what's been going on. Wine, 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 wine. Oh, and DSC, I'm out of the routine. I've already forgotten it. Thank you, love. I appreciate you saying that. And I do want to talk about my newest goodie I've got here before we get started. See, I'm so disoriented. I don't even know where it is. Let me find it. Let's see. Yeah, I got it. Oh, goodness me. What have y'all been up to? What's new with you guys? Here it is. I've been really thankful for warmer weather also. I don't do well with the cold. Okay, let's see. Get back over here and paste. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Working and financial planning. Well, that sounds very productive. Very productive indeed. Okay, now can I? There we go. Thankfully, everything's working. I'm almost suspicious. YouTube is working smoothly tonight. Shh, I didn't say that out loud, did I? Oh, goodness. All right. Now, I want to start before I get into the cards. Before I get into the cards, because I want to hear, you guys, last time I was here, we had a tower card. That was like the first card that came out. So I know y'all had some stories. I know what mine was, but, you know, enough about me. All right. So, tonight, before we get started, I want to talk about my new goodies from Otter Spirit, and that's our sponsor this evening. We can say, let me get those off. I got, I have a lot of this size from them, and I absolutely love them, but I wanted to try the smaller beads. I don't know if you can see these. I've got a set of 3. Well, they they do come in sets. You can get them by on there. If you go to their website, it's otterspirit.com, and you can buy them by zodiacs or by intention or by like a set. This was not especially particularly a set, but it's three that I wanted. And here's my story. When I started going through this renovation stuff, I was having a hard time balancing my energy and doing everything. So, what can I get to help with that? That's really why I got these particular three. So, let me tell you about these. And I have to brag on them. I always love their packaging. Their packaging is so nice. And they come in these little nice little velvet pouches that you can keep it in. I love that. And then they come with a description of each. And by the way, these are triple A grade stones. These are not, glass beads. These are actually, it tell you where they're mined from and all that good stuff. So for balance, here's what I did. I got amethyst. Amethyst is intuition also and balance, but amethyst is just it's a soothing stone. It's actually called a peace of mind stone. It's also associated with relaxation and stress. So we all know amethyst is kind of good for whatever ails you, right? I love that. And I had been wanting a tourmaline, so I got. Let me be sure I got the right one. Yeah, these look very similar. So I got a rainbow tourmaline. I just I think I like these little ones because when like, especially on my left wrist, when I stack them, I hardly, they don't like clunk into my watch or I don't know. They're just so easy to just wear, and I like them so much. I may just switch to getting the little ones. Anyway, I love them all. So the rainbow tourmaline is happiness and positivity and balance. Rainbow tourmaline. Let me see. I put it up so I could give you the correct info here. Is the comfort stone. It releases blockages, sparks creativity, and attracts positivity while supporting emotional healing and protection. I have a black tourmaline I got from them in this size bead, but I just love this little rainbow tourmaline. I just love these little ones. I'm for all the right reasons. Now, I don't know as much about this one, but it's called purple fluorite. So I guess I kind of got my purple collection going on today. Yeah, I do. Look, all these have purple in it. And this one gives off or helps with productivity and balance. So again, this whole last few weeks, I've been wearing these because I need help. I need the beautiful assistance that these crystals give. And again, they're just such quality. I love them. They have a very, I don't know, sweet energy about them. But I love Otter Spirit because they also give with each purchase you make with them, they give, I think it's $1 per purchase to support the sea otters. And maybe one other, I can't remember, maybe one other. Um, I think it's a local. Thank you, Gio. I see I forgot to mute my thing and I just see your thing coming through there. Let me mute my device though so I don't do that again. So anyway, guys, if you like this, if you want to see what else they have, again, they have, if you go to the website and you click on like shop by intention, which I think is so cool. You can shop like love, confidence, Reiki energy, protection, creativity, balance, healing, wisdom, growth. I mean, they just have this long list. Or you can shop by zodiac sign or, just shop for whatever stone you're looking for. So I'm real happy with that. And I'm happy to support the cause. Um, it's a good one. We love the little sea otters. And then they have, I think the first of each month, they feature a new stone. I think this might have been last month's. Um, I'm not sure. I think that was last month's. But anyway, I just wanted to give a shout out to them. They are happy. I mean, I am happy to support them, and I think it's mutual. That's what we like. We like mutual agreements and mutual support in this world, don't we? Okay. Now, wait a minute. Who's here? Who's here? Let me speak to everybody before we get into things here. I just realized I need to turn my air down. I haven't been here since I've had it up. Oh, hey, Katsu, thank you for being here. Well, I'm going to get started here in a moment. I'm just chit chatting, waiting on a few more people to come in tonight. Geo has purchased a reading. You know, I usually start these with doing a general reading. I have been busy, Tatiana. I've been very, very busy. If you missed my intro, I'm renovating a townhome, and you know, if other people would do their jobs, this would be a lot easier. It's not been rainbows and unicorns over there. All right, let me get a sip of tea here. I'm going to do the general reading, and then Gio, I'll do your reading. In fact, I should write that down before I get distracted. Okay. Is this the deck, Spirit? Maybe not. This little Light Seers has been very busy lately. It's been very talkative. It's so interesting with my cards how they take turns. I don't know. You're on this week, Light Seer. Everybody else is on vacation. Okay, so let's see. All right, anybody want to vote? Do we want? Okay, thank you, Gio. I appreciate your patience always. Does you? Tatiana says, "I feel your sister." Yeah, it's been a week. I mean, it's just been. Never mind. I really want to leave that and be here with you guys. This is much nicer energy here with you guys tonight. So, y'all vote in the comments. Do you want me to do general, or do you want me to do this? Will be a collective reading, general or for love? Which one do y'all want? General or for love? So, comment. Hey, Derek, did you get? I responded to your comment, Derek. Did you get my message? Um, I think that was this morning or yesterday. The days are kind of blurry that I responded to you. Tracy says love. Adia says love. Okay. One more. Somebody else vote. Okay. But you're also worrying about your career. Okay. We got 3, 4 love. We got 2. Okay. Love seems to be outnumbering the general. Ow. Pull my hair out with my ring. General turns into, often it does. Have you noticed that? Oh, it really does. Derek, thank you. You're so sweet for doing that. Thank you for hanging out, rejoining, hanging out with me, staying with me. Thank you, Derek. I appreciate you. All right, guys, let's see. What is the core issue of what we'll be facing and or be challenged with or surprised with, or what's coming toward us? What's the core issue? What's coming toward my collective audience in love for the next little while, let's say next week ish? Goodness. Well, this is interesting. Let me see what's smaller cards. I apologize. I know these are awful because it have the reflection, but smaller cards, I kind of need them. Well, and to read the chat too. Otherwise, I'd just be squinting. Hello and goodbye. Are you leaving? Derek, you just got here. Hang with us for a little while. All right, let me see what this is saying here. So, kind of what the weather is here. What is the core issue? Justice. Justice about a decision. Standing your ground about something that probably made or will make you unhappy. That's essentially what this is about. Now, this could be somebody withholding communication from you this week. So the weather is about making a choice that's fair. And somebody here is either holding back this week or they're unhappy in love. It's almost like um, that the just in your mind, I think this is you, collective. It feels like in your mind, perhaps, or somebody, I should say, somebody here feels justified in holding back communication about a decision. They feel they're righteous in standing their ground and either holding back, holding their emotions, not sharing how they're feeling in some way. Now I'm just checking at the bottom of the deck here because something hasn't been moving. Something here, it's like somebody either doesn't have the clarity or the strength to move forward and balance. Something about balance here. This is probably somebody from your past. Yeah, yeah, yep. Okay, this is probably not a majority of you, but for somebody here, it's like somebody's trying to move on and somebody needs to step up and they don't feel like they've got what it takes. Mishy Bear's in the house. Hey, Mish. How you doing, sweetie? So that's an interesting read and very specific, I realize, but here's what it is. Yeah, somebody's either lost their confidence or just not feeling like they have what it takes. So nothing is moving forward on this decision because I think somebody does not have clarity. They don't feel balanced. They're thinking back on the past about what they've lost and been left out from or being left out from and possibly dreaming about wanting to come back. But I don't see that happening because while on the one hand they might not want something to end, also I don't think they are either willing or have the capacity to change enough to do what it takes. Like for some of you, this is somebody who needs to come in and apologize before you get in your boat and row away. Yeah. And this is, hang on, let's see. I think they know what, okay, for at least one of you out there, this is about a commitment. They know you want them to settle down, which should make you happy. You want to talk about that, talk about them putting all their options over in the, tearing up that little black book and committing. But I don't think this person is feeling stable enough to make that kind of commitment. They do care. They absolutely care. And it stresses them out. It's stressing them out. And there needs to be a conversation about this, but they're afraid it's going to cause conflict. I get the distinct feeling that this person is holding back. Mm-hmm. It's almost like they're trying to avoid accountability about something. So they're trying to, let me just hurry up on out of here before we have to talk about this broken heart regarding some kind of other, that could be another person, that could just be part of them that acts like this Queen of Wands. But there's something here. Yeah, there's the devil. I think this person may be somebody who needs to let something else go, whether that's a person, a situation, a family dynamic. Mm, that's very specific, I know, but Mish, I am doing okay. To answer your question, I shared with everybody earlier. This renovation is just kicking my butt. What? Um, so it's interesting. I'm feeling some back and forth here. I just feel, to me, the energy, this is holding back energy. This is holding back energy. Somebody procrastinating, making a decision, they're holding back their feelings. Okay. So I don't know if that's you, collective, or if that's your person. I don't know, but looks like somebody is. So if you're looking to hear from somebody, I don't think it's going to be this week. Don't, you know, if it's not your reading, it's not your reading, but this looks like they're trying to find, how do I say that? When I tune into the energy of this card tonight, it almost feels like, okay, let me show you a visual. I can hold all three of them. This is the Ace of Cups in reverse, Seven of Wands in the upright, and the Lovers. See how she's looking very kind of righteous, but content, sitting up there on her little pad, right? I have fought for this piece of ground, and I'm going to stay here, and I'm going to sit in my little bubble, and I'm turning my back on this, which is being emotionally unavailable or some kind of even a hurt. And I'm looking over here at these lovers. It's a choice, but that means things have to be balanced. And so that's why I'm procrastinating. All right. Well, okay. So let's ask real quick. Yeah, thank you, Gio. I appreciate you catching that. I did. Now, let's ask what maybe you could do, what kind of adjustment you can make or shift that would potentially change the trajectory of this to something more positive. Don't take any action until you, yeah, All right, I was shuffling. You saw me shuffling, but those same cards came back at the bottom of the deck. Yeah. Spirit says, don't take any action until you see something new that's changed, until somebody either changes. In other words, if somebody, for example, that it's that expression of, if you keep doing the definition of insanity, you keep doing the same thing, expecting a different result. So if somebody's holding back and that's a pattern, then you do nothing until that pattern changes. If somebody, has a fear of commitment and they keep showing that to you and you're ready to put a label on, I mean, there's all different ways this story could play out, but this can mean losing passion for something, and this is a new offer. So it's like, what I'm hearing is, do not take action. This is an action card, fiery action, unless you see something new in the picture. Unless somebody comes in with something new, or if they don't come in at all, which could be the message there that they might not, then, just, I think, wait. Just wait. And it could also be saying that maybe you've lost passion for this situation altogether and something new is coming towards you. It could also mean that. It could definitely mean that. Because this person back here is not moving. And they're actually, the King of Swords in reverse is not only not having clarity, but somebody very cold and manipulative. So if they're trying to manipulate you, guys, that's a no bueno. Absolutely no bueno. All right, geez. Anything that I'm going to see if there's anything else. I like that. No bueno. Mm-mm. Anything else you want to tell my collective here tonight? I'm telling you, for somebody, this is home and family and commitment. That's what you're dealing with. Somebody who's not willing or doesn't have the capacity or is holding back, committing to you, and in a, maybe naming the relationship or somehow committing, taking it to another level, whatever that may mean. But in terms of advice, I was just looking, I was painting today. I was looking to see if I got paint still on my hands. And not painting artistically, sadly. That will come soon enough, though. Well, first of all, let's remember we should love ourselves. Love yourself first. Don't look for anything or anyone outside of you to fill that hole. You fill it first, and then you will attract someone who is healed and whole like you are. But I think your expectation is, you're saying, see how, again, this, I love the artwork in these decks, is so different. He's very content looking also. Like, I'm happy to sit here. In fact, I'm going to sit here and just, and also he's sitting in the water. Water is, represents emotions in tarot. So it's like, I'm going to sit here, and because I want this happy home family commitment and somebody who will not treat me like an option. Mhm. Somebody who's willing to put those other options down and make up their mind. So that's fine. I'm going to love me. I'm going to love me. That's all I need. I'm going to put me first. I'm going to focus on me and what makes me happy. And if they don't come like this, that's fine. I got me. Look how content I am. Hmm. And just in case, he's got his sailboat oared right there. He can jump on that and sail away. Just saying. All right. There we have it. All right. Well, let me know, guys. leave me a comment even when this happens. Thank you to whoever's hitting those hearts. I appreciate you so much. So, yes, yes, Tatiana, advise you to, yes, I'm advising you, yes, and focus on you. It's always about you, and not in a selfish way. But I talk a lot here on my channel about law of manifestation, law of attraction, and we only attract to us someone who is as healed or as wounded as we are. So the more you focus on self-love and filling your own cup of love and loving yourself and not looking for people outside of you to do that for you, then you will attract someone who is more healed and who does the same, because that's really what we want. Yeah. Thank you, Derek. That is so very kind. It will. It's nearing the end. I mean, I think this upcoming week is going to be really, really big. I'm talking about my house renovation. I think the flooring is going to be finished. I think the new countertops will be put in. Then I can have. See, I have no bathroom vanities right now. They're all torn up. So I do have a kitchen sink, but that's going to get replaced the next week. So I just have to be able to have some basic things. I don't want to move stuff in if they're still putting new flooring in. And I think that this week a lot of the big stuff will get done. So then I have to think about actually moving. That's going to be tricky. Anyway, just bear with me, please, y'all. Give me another, two, maybe 3 weeks. Anyway, okay. Geo, what is your question this evening? Let me do your reading for you. Oh no, Derek, I'm sorry, I'm struggling with these glasses. Um, you're saying I'm kind of lost right now. I'm recovering with nothing to do. Need to find something to do, Derek. That's always the secret is distractions, but good and positive distractions, not the kind that drain your energy. Not those kind. Even taking a walk out in nature is really good. That's very healing. Yes, I can go over there and find it, Jill. Tatiana is saying Scorpios always love our loved ones. So, yes, we do. So hard. We love our loved ones so hard. And we need to remember that self-care is not selfish. Amen, amen, amen. Because we do. We're such givers by nature. And oftentimes we give way past when we should. Just saying I have that t-shirt. um yeah, Gia, that's fine. Let me pop over here and read it. Excuse me. Ooh, I like that question. Tell me about the amazing man soon to come into my life and how I or we might cross paths. Ooh, I like it. I like it. I like it. All right. Let me see what deck. I need a sip of tea though. This is a big question. I need to charge for this. I mean, recharge with a little caffeine. Mm, 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 mm. Well, I feel like special. Let's do this one and see if it wants to talk. Asking for Geo. Geo wants to know. Geo wants to know. I'm so used to my stool squeaking down here. I don't know what kind of crazy noises y'all are hearing, but I'm going to get a new one. I swear I'm going to get a new one when I settle down. All right. Now, we want to know about this amazing man that's going to come into Geo's life. We want to know about this amazing man. I'm talking to my team that's going to come into Geo's life soon. Tell us, please, who is this amazing person coming towards you? Yes, please, and thank you. Show me who this is for Geo. Okay, I'm not sure which way those. mm. Hold on. That's some big cards here. So hold on, Gio. Let me. I don't want to jump to any conclusions. Hold on. Oh, have mercy. Y'all talk amongst yourselves while I figure out what, because I'm not. Just hold on. I don't have the Six of Cups to say this is somebody from your past. I just have to. This is. You'll understand why I'm hesitating in a moment. I promise. Tell me who this is. Tell me more about this. I've just got some cards that could go because, okay, well, I'll just tell you the death card in the upright. So this could be saying someone who's either coming out of an ending, just ended something, or, and I like this, could be a Scorpio. And also could mean somebody who's not afraid of transition and transformation and change. That we like. But then I get these cards, and they came out kind of sideways. Five of Pentacles, that's the being left out, and the cold. Seven of Swords, that's deception, sometimes strategy, and the devil. Now, these all came out sideways. So this means in transition. So I'm wanting to say that this person is coming out of a situation or in the process of coming out of this situation. But I want to be sure it's not them, it's a situation they're in. And I think it's a situation because at the bottom of the deck, I have the Queen of Swords in reverse and a King of Cups in reverse, followed by the Hierophant. So it looks like this is somebody who's coming out of another, like effectively a marriage, whether it was legal or not. Somebody who's, these two are not happy together at all. And the Hierophant in reverse, and somebody who's kind of sad, but they're looking for something new. But then I'm going to say this is them. I'm going to ask for clarification. I feel like how I want to read it is maybe this person has been manipulated and they're finally feeling a sense of victory over this situation that they are getting out of. But at the same time, feeling like a lack of direction because they're still dealing with the hurt from it. And they're not quite able to walk away from this ending. So that's a whole lot. Those are deep cards. Those are big, deep cards. A lot of major arcana there. So this is a major transition, and I think ending that this person is going through or has just may still be going through. Um, and I can't tell if my thing is frozen or not. Oh, it did. I'm sorry. No, never a dull moment here. No, no, it right. So I want to know more about this. This is really because they came out sideways. It could mean it could go. mm, Clarify this, please. Clarify these. What is this about? Who is this about? Who is this about? Is this who this person is, or is this something they're coming out of? That's what I need to know. Spirit. Because the Five of Pentacles and the Five of Cups, I mean, that's a lot of, this is, this person's not going to be making you laugh tomorrow. They've forgotten how for a minute. Oh, it's a whole lot, but we'll see. Doggone it, really? Yeah, this person, oh goodness, bless their heart. Now, Jill, I'm not saying this is your person, but we did ask that question. Maybe this is just somebody who's coming into your life and then won't be your romantic person. And we did ask. This person is hurting. And this is what I was really feeling. This is something they're going through or getting out of, is what I'm feeling. Because this is in the upright, that there's not, I think they're still in the hurt stage of this. They're just now, I think, trying to come out of maybe even isolation over this, but they're still not, they don't have their mind in the right place yet. They're still stressed out about it and feeling stuck, but yet it's like they want to move on from this. Why can't they move on? Okay, we'll ask that next. I guess if you want me to, I can. Um, they know, no, here's what I heard. They know they need to get their mind in a different place. But this is a lot of really serious, heavy energy here. And I don't like the magician in reverse can be somebody who's feeling manipulated or is a manipulator. Now, I feel like this person, rather than that, is saying, because of the cards next to it, I'm trying to get this new perspective, but I don't think at the moment I have the tools I need to get back into my heart to feel like I can give my feelings like I want to quite yet. So I'm over here. I'm just going to be busy focusing on work. That's going to be my distraction. Now, you ask where you might meet this person. Not, it's a whole lot. With these cards, well said. There you go. I love that. Maybe you're going to have to make him laugh. That's right. That's right. I mean, that doesn't make this person a bad person. It just means they're going through something really this tough right now. All right, what is this now? Let me see. Focusing on work, wondering if they have indeed learned the lessons, feeling disempowered because of difficult conversation or because there is no, maybe they're not able to talk about this yet, but Yeah, that's um feeling like they're left. Now, I don't feel like this is a truth. This is what I think this person's feeling, that they're left with no options. Like, again, defeated. It feels like defeated. I've lost control. You know how, if you've ever come out of a bad breakup and you just feel like a pile of poo, you don't. You don't feel like you can't remember that you're a valuable person. You can't get into that state of feeling like I am valuable, I am worthy, I'm all the good thing. You just can't feel it. You can't make yourself. It takes a little while. That's kind of what I'm feeling with this person right now. They've just, yeah, when pigs, yeah, it's like they're kind of part of them, where they are. This is in the moment where they are. So here's what I would say to you, Gio. I feel like this person's in the future, because I think if you met this person today or tomorrow, this person not that they wouldn't, could not be somebody that could show up for you in the way that you would. I mean, I'm not even sure y'all would have a conversation given the mindset of where this person is right now. Because the way we ask the question, who's coming towards you next? This could be 6 months from now. I'm not saying it is. I'm saying, bear in mind, we ask who this is, and this is what it's showing me. This is what this person's going through right now. It doesn't mean this is who this will be when you meet them down the road. So I just wanted to clarify that. It's just telling me, tarot tells you what's in the energy now, what's current now, unless you tell it something else. But that's what it's picking up on, that this person's going through this. And if you can see in this, excuse me, Page of, what is that one? Yeah, Page of Cups. Couldn't get that into my brain for some reason. There's a little pig here with wings, like, well, when pigs fly, will I ever think about commitment and marriage again? He's just in that negative mindset right now. And healing. Uh-huh. Thinking about how, if ever, I would ever choose. I'm not, yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm gonna make good choices. And so what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna curl myself up in a ball and just take time out from life and love and heal from this disappointment. So that's what your person's going through now. Let me see. Geo is saying, correct, I agree. It's the moment for what? Yeah. Okay, good, good. I'm glad you get that. Yeah, I should have made that clearer earlier, but yeah. So it's kind of, I mean, it's good to know that. How can I say that better? We all go through dark night of the soul. This feels like that for this person. With these kind of cards, I'd say this person is definitely going through some kind of dark night of the soul. I mean, look at these. These cards are somebody that betrayed him, and I mean, this is heavy energy. I won't lie. Now, how about we do this? Let's ask the question differently. Let's ask, let me give these a quick shuffle here. I love this deck. I don't use it very often, but there's artwork is incredible. But the cards are so stiff and slick. I have to go slow to be sure they don't go flying out. All right, how about this? Let's ask what this person might be like, who they'll be when you meet them. That's a little more accurate, right? So in the future, when Geo meets this fabulous new person, potential, what will this person be like then? Healed, we hope. And they're saying no, not that deck. Okay. Show me, who will this person be whenever Geo meets this new fabulous man? I thought you'd like that. Three of Swords again, but in the reverse. This means healing, not going through it, but on the other side of it, right? All right, let me get a few more jumpers. Yeah, I'm so glad I said that because, or I thought to say it, thought to express it. Sometimes tarot is just so darn literal, you know, you have to be mindful of that. Oh, yes, 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 yes. Okay. So, oh, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I felt that. I am so happy. Okay, okay. All right. So, healing, maybe still feeling a little, I'm going to say out in the cold, but this card can also mean like a financial pinch. In other words, if this person was getting out of a marriage, for example, that might have cost them some money. So they might be feeling a little on the thin side when it comes to finances. That's a possibility. But they'll be coming out of their hermit phase. I like that. And ready to put down that heavy burden. They've been carrying all that heavy, heavy energy. Ready to put that down and wait for it, run drum roll, expand. They're looking for nurturing and creativity and fertility, not necessarily in the baby department, but maybe that too. I don't know if you're of that mindset, but it just means expansion and all things that are, you know, growing and growth and again nurturing. I love that. I'm so happy to see that. And at the bottom of the deck, a King of Wands in the upright. We like that very much. Followed by somebody who's got his confidence back, who knows who he is, who's ready to take action, and who is prepared, ready to give or receive a new offer. I like that. He's got his strength back. Oh, we like this. He's got his strength back and maybe even a little overly confident, maybe just a touch. No, I don't think that's the case. I think this means he's got his strength back from something that in his mind he thought about as being a failure or something that didn't work out, meaning this past, whatever he's getting out of, all right, where it wasn't balanced. But he's getting his feelings back. He's more in touch by this. By the time you meet this person, he's not afraid to give his feelings anymore. I love it. Um, I'm just feeling it. What is this saying here? He might not be the best communicator or quick to communicate, or it's not really what I'm feeling is more to divulge things. You know, like you sit down and you talk with some people and they tell you their life story in 5 minutes. And I don't think that person's going to do that. I think that person's going to hold back. And considering what those cards were saying, I understand why. But he's hopeful again. He's healing and hopeful again. Oh, and now we have a queen ready for some uh let me show you. for some fun time. This is a divine couple, King and Queen of Wands, a passionate couple. These are action kings and queens, confidence. We like that. Now, he may be a little commitment averse or marriage averse by the time he gets to you. I think we can understand why, right? Because he's still not quite 100% over that, maybe hasn't fully gotten closure on this thing from the past. But he is trying, definitely making good inroads or giving it a best shot of moving on. Definitely, yeah. Saying, no, I'm not going back there. I'm not ever going to invest in that again. Realizing that, yeah, he couldn't see that clearly. He got stuck in that crossroads for a while, but now making healthy choices, putting an end to that stuff from the past. Yeah. I think he's going to be watching his money a little bit. I think he might have been involved in a third party. I don't mean him. I feel like it was his partner. He might have been the recipient of that, somebody cheating on him. And that just, if you've ever been on that. Hey Nancy, how you doing, sweetie? If you've ever been on the receiving end of that, it's like a mule kicking you, I guess is how I can say that. I know, that's so true. Tatiana, yeah, you can bond over your, that's so true. Bond over horror stories, love stories. Whew. Nancy, thank you for being here. You're a sweetheart. I appreciate you. You might want to rewind. I did give an explanation at the beginning of the video of why I haven't been here and so forth. Well, you are welcome. I'm so glad I'm glad we dug on that a little bit. I was worried there in the beginning. I won't lie. I was a little worried. But looks like this turns around nicely for, down the road when you meet him, he's going to be back into his power. Well, here, he's going to be back into his power and get his confidence back. Yes. Yes, we like that. Well, for him and you, right? So your homework is um I'm just thinking how to word it. Maybe I'm healed, I'm whole, I'm ready for new relationships. Because remember, what you manifest is going to be mirrored to you. So you want this person to be healed and all the things too. So just a little sidebar there. Hi, Terrence. Good evening. You're in North Carolina. That's a beautiful state. That's a very beautiful state. My best friend's going to go visit there, I don't know, next month, I think, she says. Okay, Gio, that's exciting. I'm excited for you. And since I don't think anybody else has booked another reading, I'm going to ask one more thing. Is there anything, I mean, I think I already said, but just to see, is there anything else that Gio could do that would manifest this in a positive way? In other words, that would change the trajectory for it to be positive. One more. Okay, we'll turn it over. Be clear, excuse me, be clear and express to the universe what you want. This is the Empress. In the upright, she's quiet. She doesn't speak. She knows everything, but she doesn't talk. And in the reverse, it's saying things are being illuminated, things are being seen and heard. So I feel it's saying, because it is a priestess after all, for you not to keep your desires to yourself. This is part of manifesting. You can't just hope the perfect person shows up. You've got to contribute to that process you've got a list of what you want, right? And a list of what you don't want. And so I think it would be really a good exercise for you, Gio, to do some visualization about your person and about the future you want with them. And you've heard me, I think, talk about this before. You've been here when I talked about how to do that kind of exercise. You sit down and maybe you close your eyes. You don't have to, but I think it's easier to focus. And you would, for example, envision, sorry guys, the pollen is really thick here. Envision you and your person, for example, what does a Saturday night look like for you? Mm, sorry. What does a typical Saturday night look like? You're sitting next to your person on the sofa, right? Okay, we've decided we'd rather stay in together than go out in a crowd of people. So, what does that look like? You're sitting on the sofa. You can picture your environment, right? You got the TV on. You've decided to watch a movie together. What are you watching? Imagine that movie playing and what you're watching and the conversation you're having about the movie. Imagine that maybe you're sharing a bowl of popcorn. Imagine, you know, use all of your senses. What does he smell like? What does his voice sound like? Um, what kind of sweet things is he saying to you? I'm so glad we're here together. Make it all up, but you're telling the story like you want it to be. I feel like I'm about to start coughing. Um, that's using not magic, but it's manifestation. That's using that power that you have, expressing it, and visualize that. And like I said, use all of your senses. And I love this night we're having together, and what's the conversation about, and how you're feeling. This is important too. Notice and observe and create within yourself in this visualization. How are you feeling in that moment? I mean, literally, how are you feeling? Aren't you just feeling loved up and booed up and all the stuff? Aren't you just feeling it right now? You feel treasured, right? You feel like somebody sees and hears you. Those are the things, and you put your own words to this, of course. So in that exercise, you're already creating the future, so that when he shows up, he's just showing up to be the mirror for what you've already created. That's really what relationships do for us. So don't be quiet, don't keep it all to yourself. Express that, use the power that a high priestess would use by manifesting, because at the bottom of the deck, guess what you get when you do that? You get your soulmate. You get your soulmate, and love comes into your life. Yeah. Okay. That's awesome. I love, 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 love that. All right. There you have it, Gio. Thank you. I appreciate you so much for purchasing a reading tonight. And good to see you again. Now, before I get off here, because I don't think anybody else has asked for a reading that I'm aware of, unless I missed it. Does anybody have a general, esoteric, mystical, metaphysical question they'd like to discuss? We can do that. And if not, I'm going to hop on off and bid you adieu for this Sunday evening. What time is it? It's, yeah, almost 8 o'clock here. Um, Well, sunrise. I know that's an A, but I'm squinting. Not a personal question. Like I said, something esoteric, something metaphysical, something spiritual, general question. Ah, Tatiana, that may well be. I know a lot of readers talk about that in their readings. I don't. I just don't want to over associate things that I'm experiencing here. But I won't lie. It could absolutely be part of that. Um, Tatiana was saying that my throat chakra is locking up because this is how he feels at the moment. The reading I just did, yeah, that's absolutely possible. But when your soulmate is ready, you'll both be so happy to be together. Yes, indeedy. Oh, Gia, that's so sweet. You're welcome. It's my pleasure. Grateful for quality time. I'm just happy to be able to give that to you because again, the reason I haven't been here is I'm not going to come in here exhausted and try to do readings and do poorly and give you, it's just not me. I'm not going to do it. I mean, I'm have more time and energy some days. We all do. That's being human, right? But you kind of, as a reader, if you're a responsible, ethical reader, you really will draw a line in the dirt about when you know you're not able to be there, you shouldn't be doing readings for people. And that's my personal opinion. Um, I certainly don't do it. Like, I don't do it just for the money. If I can't be here and show up in some kind of a good way for you guys, I won't be here. It's real simple. I just, I won't do it. That's just one of my rules. Oh, thank you. Thank you. And on that subject, because some of you are here that I got to put my glasses on, Mishy Bear. Hang on a minute. Oh, okay, okay. I got you, Mishy Bear. Um, because of what I have been experiencing with my house renovation, and I just haven't had the energy and the time. And when I would get home, I would be so exhausted. I couldn't have read for myself, much less anybody else. So that I had a higher tier membership on my channel, and I canceled them yesterday because I one of the promises I made is what I'm supposed to be doing to provide value for that membership is doing readings for them every week. Well, I haven't been able to do it, and I'm not going to charge people for something I can't do. It's not right. So, and hopefully, um, if I hope I'm not telling you wrong, I think you'll get refunded for this past month's charge. I think that's the way that works. Um, and then, when life straightens out, levels out a little bit for me, we will look into doing something again, maybe. But right now, I just wasn't going to do it. Okay. Aaron is asking, do you only do once a week now? Until my life settles down, it's probably going to be once a week. You think you got here late, Aaron? I'm in the middle of a major house renovation. I'm moving from my current townhome to a new townhome, but it needed work, and I'm not going to move into it until that work is done because it's messy and hard to function there. And so I've been having to do that and then come back and forth and do my regular, life. And so it's not supportive of, as I was just saying, the energy is not support. I wasn't here at all last week. I just didn't have the energy. So my plan would be to be here still at least once a week, and then as soon as things settle out and I can get moved, then I'll get back into a better routine because I miss doing it. I miss being here with you guys. It's just not fair to not be here in good form. Oh, Michelle, I love that. Yes, I think so too. And making, I'm speaking about her comment that women say hi. She's encouraging y'all to say hi in the chat. We are kind and a supporting group. Yes, you are in every way. And my moderators are the best. Okay, Michelle, I'm looking to see if you posted your question. Let me see. Oh, well, Michelle, you don't have to pay for that's a general question. So if you've paid, I'll give you a personal reading for that. This is separate from this. Um, Michelle is recounting a comment that I made, I guess, on the previous live or at some point, uh, where I made a comment about in the reading. I don't really even remember whose reading it was. Was it yours? That you have to consider the energy of, for example, when you're looking at a card, if you read reversals, you get a reverse card, you have to consider the story is what came before it because the card was originally in the energy upright. This is the Six of Pentacles. This talks about equal give and take, somebody giving, again, reciprocally. That's a hard word to say. When it's in reverse, it's the opposite of that, and not a balanced give and take. Well, if that's the case, then what do you think would be associated with that? There might be hurt feelings. There might be, well, expectations, right? There might be a whole story about how and why all that happened. So it's just saying the card always starts the story of this card in your bigger story always starts upright and then something turns it into the reverse. That's, I guess, what I was, well, not guess, that is what it means. So sometimes as a reader, it's good to consider that. In other words, not to consider that card necessarily in isolation because it's reversed. Does that answer your question, Michelle? Was there a specific set of cards? Hey, April, good evening. Welcome in. Oh, Michelle, that's so sweet. You're the best. Thank you. Okay. And you're saying just a general reading for you? Well, like what? You want to know what's coming or what you need to know or what I mean, give me a little bit more direction than that. I find that one of the most challenging things is when people just want a general reading. I find that very challenging. I do better with specific questions, I think. I don't know why. Okay. We got Deborah in the house. Everybody, it's like so many of y'all are here. Thank you for joining me tonight, especially since I've been gone. My chat is not keeping up with, my screen is not keeping up. You can let me decide or know what's coming for you. For you, toward you. Hey, Michael, good evening. Thank you for that love and light. Accepted with great gratitude, sending some right back to you. Thank you, friend. Okay. I was just reading, Tatiana, you got kicked out. Was that because of something inappropriate or did you, um, was that an accident? It's hard when you're moderating and the way you do it is you have to touch that person's name. And when the chat jumps real suddenly because somebody makes another comment, sometimes your finger can highlight the wrong person's name, so sometimes things like that happen. Um, okay, we're doing a reading for Michelle. Is this the deck that we want for Michelle? I think it is. It's always good for you. So, what's coming toward Michelle? And just like that, magic happens. Now, as I was saying, what's coming toward? I didn't get my question out. So, Tatiana, I hope that that's because I haven't been reading all the comments. It's hard to do that when you're trying to do readings, but I think you've been just fine and respectful as far as I can tell. So, I think if anything, it was probably a finger error, maybe. And my apologies. Oh, that's hysterical. That's hysterical. I think it was my internet being on Timu version. That's hysterical. Well, I don't see no reason why you would have been blocked here tonight that I can see. So I'm glad you're back. And I'm just feeling maybe, where, oh no, where is it? Where is it? Y'all hang on. I gotta dig my cards out. So for Michelle. One second, y'all. You have such good faith in me, Michelle. Okay, what's coming toward Michelle? What does she need to know? What's coming toward Michelle? What does she need to know? Thank you, Adia. I appreciate that. Feel free to use your double barrel shotgun if you need it. Okay, you remember that whole speech I just gave about the high priestess? Now you got the high priestess sideways, so we'll see what that's about. Now we wait and get some more cards first. You're in labor as in having a baby, Lyanna, and you're watching YouTube. Seriously? Aw, thank you, Tatiana. I'm glad you're here too. Oh my God. All right, stop everybody. We have to acknowledge Lyanna Wilson in the chat. It says she's literally in labor right now. So everybody send a little love to her and her baby because that's pretty darn big. I remember what I was doing and when I was in that moment, I knew I was going to go to the hospital. And I mean, you may be in the hospital. I don't know. You watching us on, are you already stretched out? You got any good epidural going or are you still at home? I know. Congratulations. Amen. So tell us what's going on. That's exciting. A new baby. You having a boy or a girl? Ooh. Oh, Michelle, I'm liking this. I'm liking this. Having a girl. Aw. I had 2 boys. They're all grown up now. And I thought about having a girl, but I think God knew what he was doing. I was a tomboy. I didn't know how to raise prissy girls. He knew what he was doing. Well, Michelle, you got something you're keeping to yourself that's going to be really good. I think this might, I don't know if this is I feel like it's an idea or a plan or a strategy of some kind. Because I'm not even going to pull more. This has not come fully to the light yet. It's not been revealed yet. Deborah, you've got 3 young, yeah, no girl, but 3 young men. Aw. I could see you in the hospital room. Yeah, I thought that's where you were. I just got checked into the hospital. Now I'm in a hospital room. This is exciting, y'all. Well, hopefully you're not in pain yet. Are you going natural or are you going to have some help? Meaning good modern medicine. So, Michelle, back to your reading. I'm sorry. That's you can't help but be distracted. That's so wonderful. um, so, Michelle, something here is not quite ready to reveal itself fully, but it's in the works. And I think you have an idea, or you're getting an idea, or getting inspiration, or motivation. I even heard about something here that's coming. I know. Now, Spirit is saying this will come. It's not here yet. This will come as a result, I want to say that right, of some difficult cycle ending for you that has not been balanced. And we know that. That's an obvious statement. Y'all, Michelle is one of my moderators, and she's been through hell and back for about, since I've known her. So that's a story that we know here, but where things have not been balanced, that's coming to an end. And I swear, did we not have these same 2 cards in a reading for you, what, a month or 2 ago? Why does that seem so familiar? This lack of, yeah, lack of, it just feels like lack. I want to stop it. Lack of, no, lack is lack and imbalance and all the things and into that cycle. I'm loving that. But here's the best part. So at the bottom of the deck here, wait a minute. Oh no. So much, oh, bless your heart. She's in so much pain. And yet she's chatting with us here in the YouTube live. God bless you, Lyanna. Oh my word. Hmm. Well, that's the thing. It's one of the few pains that you forget. You don't forget. It doesn't matter. It's worth it. Whatever you go through bringing a child into this world, it it doesn't compare to the joy. So, wow. Tatiana, I cannot say that I did that. Well, I had a kind of different situation anyway. Isn't that true, Adia? Adia's also been, she's a moderator, and she's been here with us through this whole last year plus. She's saying it's crazy that we've been doing this together for a year already. How time flies when you're healing. Yes. And we know about our special person. Each of us has had a journey with all that we've shared. So it's been a ride, hasn't it, y'all? Oh my God, Lyanna said, I think my water just broke. Oh gosh. Well, pumpkin pies are important too. I love that. Oh. Yeah, I'm sorry, Michelle. I'm a little distracted by somebody giving birth in my chat. This is wild. Um, what's at the bottom of the deck for you that's important, Michelle? Victory. Finally, victory. Now, this might be work related. I don't, you know, I think it's more general than that, but it could, let's say the impetus could be work, maybe. Do you know, I'm remember, yeah, exactly. In the upright, thank you. It's like victory over something difficult, a difficult communication, lack of communication, argument, conversation. If I didn't know better, I'd swear this is your boss. You know that situationship, not situationship, situation thing that happened between you and him? It almost feels like that. That might be what you'd be putting in the past. Now, I can't say that. I don't have specific cards, but and we didn't ask that question, but it kind of feels that way because of some kind of clarity that's coming through. Now, I really think, and I'm sticking with this from the beginning, this feels like this energy is ending. You're finally getting victory over that cycle, over a cycle of difficult communication, challenging, all the stuff I said. And then when that energy is leaving your life, that's when you get your epiphany. That's when you get clarity. That's when you get that aha moment about something that's going to make you happy, personal happiness. Personal. This could just be an epiphany about, well, the hell with everybody. I'm just going to make me happy now, and I'm going to start focusing on doing more of that. It could be internal in that way, but this could be reflected very much by the outside world here. So, and I say that because these two cards next to each other. Personal happiness, filling your own cup of love could be, could be. Now let's take another time. Tell me to breathe. Yes, you need to breathe. We all need to do. Can we remember how to breathe? I don't even remember how to do that. Y'all, come on, help me out here now. I don't remember how to do it. It's been too long. My babies are 42.5 and 44 years old, so it's been a minute. Breathe, baby, breathe. Yes. Inhale deep and exhale slow, baby girl. There we go. Please do breathe. Breathe or scream, Michelle says. Oh, and where the heck are those drugs? She's saying, where's my epidural? Um, my first one was easy. My first child was born on his due date. I mean, just a few hours, and I did have an epidural. That was almost a non-event. My second child was born a month early. Um, they tried to, just because we're talking about babies and birth, Michelle, I am coming back to your reading. They tried to stop my labor because he was early. They didn't want me to give birth at that time. You remember this is 40 years ago, so things are different. And when they couldn't, then they finally tried to give me an epidural and it didn't take. And, that was a whole, but I finally got him here. Um, so again, I just feel like there is some kind, maybe, this could be internal in that the victory is you getting, I want to say mastery, but getting an epiphany about how to fill your cup to give yourself this personal happiness because this has to do, we know, with communication and something that's not working. Like this could be you changing a mental pattern or some other kind of pattern, but some kind of a either a communication or mental pattern. And then that shifts everything for you. Like suddenly you start believing in yourself again. You get out of this monkey mind. You stop that. You stop it. Stop it. Yes. Oh, baby. Modern medicine is wonderful. Try not to be scared. You're going to be fine. You are going to be fine. Tell us what your baby girl's name is. What are you naming her? Ooh, girl, early and natural idea. Wow. I was young and filled with holistic ideas. I'm older, wiser. And why did I do that to myself? Yeah. It's a, I support whatever you want to do, whoever's giving birth. It's your baby, your birth, your experience. I support whatever you want, but I won't lie. There's enough pain in life. You can have a little help there. Why not, right? All right, so we want to know, and Deborah's are, oh, yours are almost my age, 40, 38, 37. We didn't get epidurals, you're saying. My last time was 8 weeks early. Oh my God, due to toxemia. His labor was 5 hours and the longest of the three. Wow, that was hard, wasn't it? Yeesh. Oh goodness, you're bringing back memories now, guys. So, Lyanna, what's your baby's name? You got an epidural. Thank you, goodness. They were fast too. That's good. Once your water breaks, that's usually the go ahead. That's the green light they need, isn't it? So, what are you naming your baby girl? I gotta focus here. I'm so loving that. um, oh, you're kidding, a Christmas baby, Deborah. Aw. I just think you're gonna have, I think this ace, Michelle, is you having, you got two aces here. I mean, how can you look? Ace of Swords and the Ace of Cups, followed by clarity, finally. This is what's coming. Oh, Lord, have mercy. Thank you. Finally, a good reading for Michelle. I know you're saying that. I get to say it too, but oh, goodness, you have the shakes. Is that, well, that's your body shifting, but breathe deeply. That will help your shakes. Breathe all the way into your belly where your baby is. And pause on the exhale. Come on, yes, everybody have a little. Michelle, I'm sorry that your reading is, yes, I do think it could be work. But the epiphany, nevertheless, might be, in other words, it might be I feel like it might have to do with a mental adjustment that you're going to make. In other words, you might just suddenly wake up one day and say, I don't care what they tell me, I'm going to do it my way. I don't know. I'm just using that as an example. And it's not that you do anything differently, but it's your attitude about it switches. Like, I don't, Now, bear with me, everybody. Exactly. Exactly, Michelle. We're all going to breathe. We're all going to breathe with Lyanna. So we're going to do this together. For anybody that's just popping in, she's having a baby right now. Right now in the delivery room, hooked up. She's got an epidural going. She's here with us on the live. We've got to honor that. And she said she's shaking. So let's do some breathing together. Everybody, we're going to breathe together. So what I want you guys to do is take your thumb and find your belly button. I know you still have one. I know you still have one. Bless her heart. Lyanna said, all I got's a baby. I don't have a belly button. Now put your hand right below that, about 1 to 2 inches. Now I want you to focus on that spot internally in your body and inhale as you push your hands. And I do this so you can visually, everybody that's watching me, This is a breath that I teach in my meditation classes. It's very calming, it's very centering and soothing. So we're going to take a time out. And Michelle, I'm going to come back to your reading, I promise. So look down at your hand and see your hand going in and out. That's so that you know you're getting the air all the way down into your belly. So we're going to do this. We're going to inhale, and the hand comes out like you're pushing it out, like you're filling up a balloon that's in your belly. A slight pause, and then exhale. You're going to push your hand, or in this case, your belly button, back toward your spine. Pause. Let's inhale again. Exhale. Let's keep doing this. Let's keep breathing. Pause. Exhale. I'm glad y'all are liking this. Inhale again. Pause. Exhale. So when you focus on the lower part, it gets the chi, the energy all the way down into the lower part of your body. It's again very calming, very soothing. But it also it will slow your heart rate down. She said she had the shakes, so that's why I wanted to stop a moment and do that with for everybody, but especially Lyanna. Now that's not the breath that they're going to teach you to do for Lamaze or whatever, birthing a baby. I do realize that. Lyanna, it helped. Yay! It's such a simple thing, and once you get practiced at it, it can become something. It's like a tool you can use even if you're driving your car or you're having a difficult conversation with someone. It's a way of switching yourself internally and calming yourself down without anybody around you knowing kind of what you're doing. It's like a little tool that you have in your toolbox to help you get through life. Um, Breathing is a very important part of meditation. And there are different kinds of breathing, different particular practices, different styles of meditation. This is the one that I use, that my teacher always used with us. And it's just, Nick, Level Up Dojo. Hey, good evening. We're helping this lady. She's giving birth right now. So that's why we're talking about breathing, since you just popped in. There you go. I can feel my brain breathing too. It's amazing what this can do. And if you sit there and you do this particular breath enough, like, a minute or so, you will naturally feel the pull to want to close your eyes and do that. Allow yourself to do that and just continue to focus on your breathing in this way, closing your eyes. Sorry, losing my voice. Um, and you'll be meditating before you know it. That's essentially how you kind of get into that. Meditation is not something that you create; it's something that you allow to happen, which is basically what this technique does for you. It gets the prana, the life force, the energy, which we take in through the breath, all the way down into the center of your body, which is called the dantian. It's right there near your belly button. But it regulates the body when you start breathing in this way. So, a little sidebar, and your baby will love it too. You're saying, I think we feel the baby. Yes, your baby will appreciate this too. Absolutely. Look at that. I love it. I think there's a practice. I'm not able to remember technically the name. It's a neonatal breathing. It's breathing for pregnant women. and I can't remember what it's called, but it is a thing. Now, for just a minute, because I can't forget that I'm in the middle of a Michelle reading. We'll come back in a minute while I'll breathe some more. So maybe here I want to let's ask for Michelle, what is this Ace of Swords about? Because you were asking if it was about work. Oh my God, she's gonna name her little girl Rainbow. That is beautiful. Oh. This is somewhere, Michelle, where you have felt either, I'm hearing the word, interestingly enough, unempowered. Um, like I'm stuck and I can't make a different decision. I want to, but I can't. And it's like you've tried, you're, hang on a second. Let me look at something. Yeah, this is kind of a new energy. It's a new energy. Maybe a new way of communicating, even, or just it could be a download, Michelle. It could be a download. It could be a spiritual gift that you're coming online with. I just heard that because this is something you're assessing if this is something for the long term, but it's in the upright. So it's like I'm planting seeds, I'm tilling the seeds. I'm not sure what to do with this yet, but I think I like it. But I think I like it. And I'm not sure if this is, if I can do this. I'm not sure if my wish is going to come true because, I'm not sure if pigs really actually fly, but my heart is here. My heart's feeling this new thing. Oh, good. The doctor said the baby's head down. Yes. Michelle is saying, I pushed in this area of my gifts and now it's expanding into a bigger thing than I have ever envisioned. I think we're on the right track. So when you ask me if it's work, yes, is my feeling, but maybe it's both. Maybe it's your job, but not your spiritual work. Is what no, let me rephrase it. Maybe it's not only your job, maybe that's a piece of this too, but it's more your spiritual work. That job. Does that make sense? And I'm gonna stick with that because Michelle, look, and I know you have this deck, so you can look at this. I'm rarely drawn to this element of this card. I can't get it. There we go. It's like two hands holding a heart right here. Almost like the ghost hand in the background, something that's maybe not of the 3D, something that's in the spiritual realm, trying to reach out and it's just barely visible, but it's I'm getting the feeling of capturing this. Like this is you. Your heart's feeling it. You're feeling it in your body, in your spirit. You know something is reaching out to you in a loving way. But see the artwork up here, this pig that we talked about when pigs fly? But look, there's a bowl underneath it. And the pig is looking down at the bowl like, catch me if you can. Catch me. Um, and I don't know what that is. I've never really looked at that. I guess that's a bowl. That's what it looks to me like. I don't know what that is. But it's almost like I'm flying and I'm afraid I'm gonna fall, but you've got a safety net. But you've got, because this bowl's gonna catch you. I like that. Lyanna, I think well, let's see, tomorrow's the 14th. Yeah, 13th. Ah, it's already 8:30. I think it might be after midnight. I think it's gonna be closer to like 1:30 or so. You can come back and let me know that, okay, Lyanna? Well, it's something I so rarely, maybe, I don't know if I can find it in this deck or not. So rarely am drawn to, but let's see. If I could easily, it might be easier to see, but I don't know if I can find it. It might not. Might be at the bottom of the deck, so you know how that goes when you're looking for a card. There, but it's not. But it's not. Is it easier to see on that one, the bigger version? Anyway. Oh, I didn't know where you were. I thought you were in the US. You're in, I don't know how to say that. Eureka? Where is that? What country is that? 626. West Coast? Okay. So California, Oregon, Washington somewhere? Alaska. Oh, maybe. Yeah. I think it's time to push already. Woo, California. Okay. In that case, then it would be maybe 1:30 my time. California. California. So, Michelle, I think you are reluctant. See, and again, this is new because I got pages here, but pages of communication, as you know. I mean, I do have one knight. I have a knight, I have a page of cup, but then I've got a page of swords here. So, and there you are. We know. At least you're in the upright here. So, I think you're reluctant when this happens. It may be happening now. You're reluctant to talk about it. It's like you're reluctant to open your mouth. This is what this feels. Maybe this is you doing, like I've forgotten what you call it in your church. I know you've told me. Forgive me. I can't remember what you, when you stand up and give some kind of prophecy kind of thing. But this feels to me like this is not about. Well, doesn't matter what it's not about. It feels like I'm reluctant. That's what this energy feels. I'm reluctant. I'm trying to get over that. I'm trying to get over feeling reluctant, but it's hard. It's hard. I'm trying to be strong. I want to be a good communicator, but this is almost like, yeah, you want it to be clear. You want it to be clean and clear. Michelle's saying you were in a meeting today, quiet as a mouse, reluctant to talk. Then I was asked to talk, but felt like I needed to be concise. So cards don't lie, do they? I know that is fast. Oh my God, the baby's coming out. Oh my God, who wishes we didn't give it that kind of delivery so quick? Lyanna, this is exciting, y'all. Well, I know it's almost too good to be true if I have an open door. Are we manifesting this baby? We're birthing it, baby. We are birthing. I can't go now. Somebody's having a baby. Are you kidding me? Yes, yes, yes. Okay. I'm trying to get this picture in my head of you laying on the bed with your, forgive me for being graphic, your legs spread wide open, the doctor's down there, the nurses are in, and you're sitting there on your phone with us. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get that image. Oh, it's fun. I know, Misha, you don't. Gary, what a night. Oh, Gary, good to see you. We are doing a reading currently on Michelle, and in the middle of this, we've got Lyanna, who's literally giving birth to a baby while she's on live with us. So it's an exciting night here. It's a very exciting night. Okay, now, Michelle, this is so, you're not going to believe these cards. What's coming is you can't, this is the energy that I felt for you. I remember doing a reading for you, and we talked about future gifts and how you were going to be known, and that you know what I'm talking about, right? That reading. That's what this is feeling like. It's coming into how not coincidental birth for you. It's being birthed. Look at this. Look at these cards. Hope, healing. And this is the, like, what's going on behind the scenes, the understory at the bottom of the deck. That's what I'm looking at here. Mhm. Healing, as you're watching this new passionate opportunity being birthed into your life. And guess what? It's going to give you all the things you've been wanting. It's going to give you that happy home, that your money's going to get better. I mean, I'm kind of feeling that strongly as a piece of this, although I didn't really have pentacles here. It's not talking about that, because we know, even though that's important, that's not why you're doing this. We both know that. You're doing this because it's what God wants you to do. You feel called to do it. But that's, I think, what's bringing you this ultimate happiness later on. Yeah, here it is. Another page, but all this young, fresh page energy. And also, pages are about communication, aren't they? Taking action, being willing to explore this new thing. Gary, are you saying you could use a reading? Well, you'll have to do it in the middle of us coaching and supporting. I mean, I'm happy to do that for you. I'm kind of making a joke here. But Lyanna is literally giving birth, and we're supporting her. Um, but yes, I'm in the, I'm managing. Now, what is this? All right, so hang on, let me see what this is now. This is old patterning. Yeah, old patterning will try to creep in, Michelle. This is a forewarning. So it's almost like uh, a knee jerk. Um, None, Gary. Nobody's ahead of you. I'm just going to finish Michelle's. So, Michelle, this feels like, and when this starts coming and you start giving into it and you start acknowledging it and the good stuff, you will maybe have a little bit of a knee jerk. Oh my God, hold up, hold up, hold up. Chariot in reverse. I don't know. This wheel's turning pretty darn fast. I feel like I'm about to spin off of it. Maybe we could slow this up just a little bit. Maybe we could. I'm not sure I'm ready to be so independent and in charge. But it's not going to stop it. It's coming anyway. It's coming, girl. This is why I felt like it's your, that none of this, this is all about Communication and emotions. I'm just looking here. There's no pentacles except this one where you felt unstable. So all of this is communication, yeah, and emotions. And then we get to this. Now, this may feel like something that you gave up on, that you were waiting on and then it didn't happen, or maybe it was something in your past you'd hoped would happen and you gave up on it. And you've been too busy surviving in all the ways that you have been. Well, I know, Tatiana, isn't that not so synchronistic? Isn't that perfect? Yes, because Michelle, because it can take off and flip my life around. Yes, it absolutely can and will, but in good ways. I know. Your giftings are making a way for me. Yes. And I love that you say that. Yes, we are. I'm just a little ahead, been down the road a little bit ahead of her. But she's very naturally gifted, no question about it. She has the gift. Yeah, so again, this is that hesitation coming up. I'm not sure I'm ready for this. I don't want to jump off this cliff. Hang on a minute. Hold on. Hold on. I'm not sure I'm ready for this spiritual gift, this download, this staircase. This, I mean, really think about what this represents. This is a perfect card. But now look how happy and blissful this person is. So when you're in the energy, and I know we haven't talked about this, but I know you feel this. I feel confident you feel this. When you're doing your thing with that, and you're in that energy, it's words are not adequate. You get energized. You get plugged into something that's different. It feels different. It is different. It's like plugging into something. It's the best way I can describe it. And that energy is very good for you. Yeah, your connection is strong, Michelle. It does come with great responsibility because the other meaning, as we know, of this card is a guru. What do you think all the things you're doing are making? And I don't ever call myself a guru, but I certainly have a multiple things in my toolbox that, I do things that some people might think would qualify for that. In modern day, I don't live on a mountaintop or in a caves anywhere, but and I would never call myself that. But I'm just saying, when you have certain gifts, you are in a certain camp. Can I put it that way? Yes, it comes with great responsibility and can be overwhelming. Yes, ma'am, it is. Hence my earlier conversation with why I haven't been here and taken responsibility or accountability for that. And that's right. It is a big response. I mean, if you're good at what you do and you're sincere, you do take that accountability to heart. You're saying, this is why my ex was removed from my life. I can see that. He was standing in the way. So much has been in the way of us, and it's shifting. Oh my gosh, yes. And I get fire, and I absolutely love it. Yes. You feel that. It's an energy thing. It's not just information. It's information being given on a certain frequency that charges you. That's essentially what we're doing when we're even reading tarot. But there are different levels, different frequency of that, and you will feel it. You will definitely feel it. You can and do. It's like you're plugging your finger into the light socket sometimes. And then you'll feel drained, but it's a good drained. Well, I shouldn't say that. You probably will, but And you're saying it's a frequency that's very high. That's kind of why, because we plug into it, but we can't sustain it. And then when you when you're out of that frequency and back into the human, you feel drained. I think partly because it felt so good, you want to stay there, but you can't. So it's almost more a partly disappointment, and then partly physically, because it's a high vibration. It pulls, it demands more from the physical body, because we're still in this physical body. So that's a consideration anytime you're doing this kind of work, Michelle. So you'll be happy to know my son Elijah is mini me is opening up about. Oh my God, I am so thrilled about that. He's opening up about the energies he picks up on, and I'm helping him. I am so thrilled about that. And for those people who are watching, don't know, yeah, Elijah is a mini psychic, intuitive, like Michelle is also, and he's very sensitive, and I think he's not wanted to go there, but he's finally, sounds like he's finally owning a little bit and opening up. And he's a 14-year-old teenage boy. So understandably why he would be reluctant. Oh my, I'm so glad to hear that, Michelle. Um, Not now. When he's older, I just had a flash of you two doing something like an event or something together. Take that in for a minute. Take that in for a minute. When he's older, won't be for a while. Yes, I mean, I literally seeing you like standing up on a stage in front of a group together. I got goosebumps over that one too. Wow, wow. Now you're going to come into this energy. Love this. You are this energy we're talking about. You are going to come into it. You are going to step into those shoes, as hard as it may be. Now, who knows? You might also, I mean, this is not a love reading, but we did have some interesting cards back here. Just saying. I feel like this is you, but I can't. But I also feel it's dual. I think you will have a helper along the way. You already do. I know you do have a mentor, but what are you telling me about this? Mainly it's you, but yeah, I do think you will have a mentor that will help you move into this, which is, I mean, this Four of Wands, we know it's often called in a love reading, it's the twin flame soulmate card. So sure, I can see that, but it feels more like a mentor that's going to help you step into this success. Well, I didn't want to get your hopes up there. That's why I didn't want to go there. But the cards are there. I mean, come on, let me go back here. The Hierophant, the King of Wands, the Four of Wands, followed by the Page of Cups. But if you doubt it, it won't happen, because you're over there questioning, well, that didn't happen for me. That's an illusion. So I'm just going to stay over here in Never Land, where I'm remembering that heartache back there. I'm remembering it. So be careful. You're just, yeah. I remember how much instability, given my heart caused me. So just be mindful that you might be inclined to do that. Wow, Michelle, this is awesome. This is awesome. Do you have an event or something coming? I'm hearing 3 months. In 3 months' time, there's going to be something coming up for you. like a breakthrough of some kind. What is that in my cup? Something this summer. Can't tell you what that is, but something this summer, like there'll be an event or a breakthrough moment of some kind for you. Um, I'm hearing July, maybe April, May, June, July. That would be 3 months. So let me know. Let me know what happens there. Oh, you do? Oh my God. Today it was said it will be 3 months before the thing I'm a part of will launch. But next Friday, the 24th, will be my first go event. Jeez. Love it, love it, love it. Okay. Well, there you have it. Love that. Yeah, and I think by then this high priestess will be in full swing. It won't be sideways. That's my feeling. I know I kept looking for the rainbow update and I haven't seen anything. They must have taken her phone away from her, bless her heart. Or maybe she's cuddling her new baby already. How exciting! How exciting! Where is she? How dare her leave us hanging like that? You're welcome, Michelle. I'm excited. You have no idea how relieved and excited it is to get a positive reading for you and not all the heavy, what we've been through. Oh my goodness, girl. Oh, I love, love, love that for you. And thank you for the reading, sweetie. I do appreciate you so much. That is something to look forward to. I can't wait to hear. So 3 months. Okay. No, it was a girl, and she was Gary. It's a girl, and she's naming her Rainbow. Literally, that's why Adia was talking about Rainbow update. Well, good. Well, I'm glad, Michelle. I hope it is encouraging. It's meant to be. Now, Gary, did I hear you tell me you? Let me go over here. Let me catch up 1 second. Okay, hang on 1 second. Let me read this. Wow, what an excellent question. Well, 1 second. I just wanted to read your question again. And I can tell you pretty simply, it's hang on, let me get it back over here though. So Gary, that I don't associate that name with you that I got the PayPal question, so I need to clarify who that is to be sure. Is that your question? It doesn't seem like your name. Okay, you did buy rating. Okay, I just didn't remember that being your name, or maybe it's just been a while. Wait a minute. So, Michelle, you're saying Saturn is next? I didn't know Saturn had bought a reading, so I guess I'm confused now. Aaron is saying he's on the list. So, who is Abdishik? Please forgive me for the pronunciation. Abdishakur, is that who is that in the chat? Because the name I get over here in PayPal is different than what's in the chat, and I got to be sure I'm reading for the right person. So, who is that? Because that's a great question they ask. So, Gary, yours is job related. Well, I only have one that's paid after Michelle, unless I didn't see one come through Super Chat. Did you guys? Okay, Aaron. Oh, Gary, did you? I just missed it. You paid Super Chat? I thought you said you did. I thought you did. So, Gary, I don't know who paid in what order, though. Michelle, who did you say was next? And then Aaron paid on. Okay, Aaron, tell me what your name is on PayPal. Just your first name is fine. Tell me your last name. Yeah, me either, Adia. But then I'm not watching it every minute. So let's sort this out. Because somebody did pay for a reading on PayPal. I just can't. The name there doesn't match the name in the super chat, so I have to figure out who it is. That's you, Aaron. Okay. So Gary, you're telling me you paid, but it didn't go through. Am I hearing that right? Okay, Aaron. Great. And I don't know. Oh, I get it. Now I realize what you said. You're calling Saturnian sign, you're saying Saturn. Saturn is Gary. That's part of the confusion. I know his real name, but okay. I think I'm think I'm with it. So Aaron is first and then Gary, but I didn't see a super chat. So can you go back and look, one of you beautiful ladies, for me? Thank y'all for being patient. This technology is not foolproof. So what I would say to you, and if you don't mind, I'm going to call you Aaron. I hope that's okay. And I'm just going to speak because I read his question, and I'm not sure if he wants it public or not. So I'm just going to address the crux of the question. Thank you, Michelle. What that probably, the answer to your question is, it most likely, almost all wounds go back to childhood. So at some point in childhood, I'm just thinking about the dynamics here of the question. You probably were rejected by someone you loved, like a parent, most likely. Or whatever happened, you perceived it. Let me change my wording. You perceive that as something unachievable, or I go for the things I shouldn't go for, or I loved this person and they rejected me, something along that line. So then, as I don't need those to talk about this, and this is true for those of you listening. For every human being has these things. It's what sets us up to overcome challenges and wounds within ourselves. Everybody gets them. It's just a question of what it is for you. And of course, then life shows up to give us those experiences that mirrors the wounds within us that we need to heal. And so let's say you're a child, let's say you love your father, but your father just maybe there are older siblings and he just doesn't have time for you between the job and the obligations, and you feel like you're doing your best to get his love, but somehow the more you extend yourself, the more you are truly you, you are rejected. Okay. So then that sets up a thought in your mind that, when I extend myself, I'm rejected. And I always go for things that I can't achieve. I love things or people. I'm attracted to things and people that I can't really achieve or that in some way are not right for me. And you make the decision in your subconscious mind. So that's what love looks like. That's what attraction looks like. And so this gets sunk into your subconscious and becomes a belief, which becomes a pattern. And over time, it gets stronger, it gets more reinforced because every time, because we live in a world where it's only about attraction, it's never about anything but attraction. So you're attracting people to you that match that belief. You are attracted to people that match that belief. That's why it's the wound in you, that pattern, that mistaken belief about the world, and you have this, and I'm going to say twisted, not, I'm not judging you, I'm saying we all have twisted thoughts, misconceptions, misaligned thoughts. So then you attract this person who will mirror that to you. That's what relationships do. That's what life does. So anytime anything uncomfortable or unpleasant or challenging happens, the first question you should ask is, what is this showing me about me? No matter what it is, what is that showing me about me? Because it is. And so, in my opinion, it's probably a wound related to something like that that came from your childhood. And I'm going to look at the comments here in a minute to see what you've said. um, Probably somebody close to you, like a relative. This, honestly, it feels like a father wound to me. Um, there's a flavor to it, like I can't be what you want me to be. I can't be what you need me to be, and you want me to be. That's the flavor I get from this when I tune into that energy for you, Aaron. And it's not because you are broken or anything is wrong with you. It's because that's what your subconscious decided love looks like. Love looks like something where I can't be what that person needs, or something like that. Is what it feels like. Let me real quick now see. Aw, that's so cute. Oh, dear. Love that little guy, that turtle. Okay. Just looking, Aaron. Let's see. Not consciously, Aaron. Aaron is saying, are you saying that I love the pain of being unwanted, choosing someone that is out of reach? Not consciously. Nobody does that consciously. No. But it is a subconscious pattern that's driving you within. It's like that's we all have a you've probably heard the term a shadow self. We all have it. some people could say it's the dark side of, well, we all have that too, but I don't mean that in an evil or malefic way. It just, we all have that yin and yang within us. Let me see what you said. Okay, Mishi. Good night, sweetheart. So good to see you. Sending you a big hug. Mwah. Give the boys, tell the boys I said hello. So, I mean, I know it sounds like that, but again, there's a lot of blame in that statement that you just wrote there. And it's never about blame. It's the human experience. It's what happens. There's a very good world-renowned psychologist that I really love. His name is, and you can write this name down. He has a lot of videos here on YouTube, short ones and long ones. And he talks about how the wounds that we get as children play out in adulthood. Now, I was already on this track before I discovered him. So I just think it's wonderful to see someone as educated and as world renowned as him making that. It's the first time I'd really known anyone in that field making. I mean, we know Freud talked about it, but he even connects it to physical illnesses. You know, people. That's a whole other story. Anyway, I'm getting off track. So his name is Gabor Mate, Gabor, last name Mate, I think with a little, what is that thing, like a hyphen over it? So you might want to do a little deep dive there and into some of his videos if that interests you. Gary, you're saying your bank app is acting funny. Well, I'm sorry, honey. I don't know. I don't know what to do. I can't fix it for you. I'm sorry. So, Aaron, in a sense, let me explain it to you a different way. So, I was reading your comment again. In a sense, yes, but not in a blame kind of way. You're not doing it consciously. Let me give you another explanation. This may help. Everything is energy, everything is frequency. So if you're down here vibrating at I choose people that I'm not a match for. Let's put it like that. What you want in life, let's say this is a 500 frequency. I'm making numbers up, but what you really want is I find the perfect person that we're so in sync. We're just, it's a beautiful match, is up here at a 1000. These don't match. These will not attract one another. So you have to, this is not going to come down here where you are. You're only going to attract other things that are the same frequency as where you are. So you have to do the shadow work if this is what you want to get yourself up here. Now, the shadow work is recognizing that you have this pattern is, I think, always half of fixing it. And then every time anything small or big happens that shows you that makes you, do you realize you have to start having awareness about it. It could happen in your office. Somebody pairs you, your boss pairs you with a partner for a project, and you're thinking, I have nothing in common with this person. Why do we have to work? Why am I put with this person? Or I'm just using one example there. So it can happen in other ways, not just love ways. You know, you use your imagination. So it's good to start having awareness about that. The more awareness you have when those little things like that happen, then you can start to catch yourself. Now, what to do about it is this. You need to start, awareness is half of fixing it. Then you start by reinforcing the opposite of that. I am in alignment. I choose wisely. I choose people who can reciprocate. I choose people who are good matches for me. I am people mirror my value back to me. I am valued. I am cherished. All whatever the opposite is of what these other experiences were. That's what you have to start working on. You have to start affirming, because the universe, when this is a lesson for everybody that's listening here. I don't always kind of go off, but it was such a good question and so relevant to everybody. And Gary, by the way, I see you super chat. Thank you, sweetheart. Um, so Aaron, it's getting your thoughts into the positive camp. You got to sometimes drag them over here because you've been thinking subconsciously this thought pattern for all of your life. And so you've got some momentum behind that, and it won't change overnight. But it's important to know that you think over 60,000 thoughts a day. So you've got to jump in there somewhere and start making some of those thoughts what you want them to be, not just default thinking. This is manifestation 101, law of attraction 101. Because you are a creator. You're a machine that creates effectively, and you're creating, having someone come that's not a match for you. Then you need to shift to, of course I'm going to draw somebody who's a perfect match for me. But you have to start by changing that belief in your own mind. So start imagining, start using affirmations, start understanding the law of attraction and how it works and how it's about energy and frequency, and how you need to, because your mind, your body, your mind does not know the difference between something you say and something that's true. Let me say that one more time. Your mind, which is a powerful creating machine in your body, does not know the difference between something that you made up and something that's real. If you're thinking the thought, it is effectively real, and you're going to create it. So you have to get in there and reel that negative thinking back and start replacing it with positive thinking and believing that you can, despite any past experiences, believing that those positive thoughts. I can attract someone who's in a perfect alignment with me. That person is out there. Of course, they're out there, and they're looking for me just as much as I'm looking for them. So again, and the more you do that, the more your frequency is going to raise and be in alignment with the person, the thing, the situation that is a match. That was a long answer, but it's it's all energy, it's all frequency. And I always love to recommend that people go and watch Esther Hicks. She has tons and tons of videos here on YouTube where she talks about law of manifestation. Um, that makes me feel ugly to think someone is out of my league, but that's very victim thinking, and we don't want you to do that. It's, of course, it makes you. Sorry, Siri. See, Siri says I don't understand. Um, well, Aaron, you're thinking about this very 3D and very. I know what you're saying. Um, but it's not. It's not about being anybody being better than anybody else or anybody being out of your league. That's not it at all. It's simply being a like, LIKE, a matching, a like frequency to someone. That's what it is. It's not this person's better or out of your league. It's just you've got to clean your energy field up a little bit so that you can have more of that positive stuff and be a match for this. That's all it is. There's no judgment here. There's no need to be, blaming or victimizing or any of that. It's all about energy. Nobody's better. Nobody's out of your league. You're right up there. It's not about that. It's about being a frequency match energetically. So that's a long explanation, but that's the best one I can give you tonight. And I don't want you to feel ugly. You're not, Aaron. You're not ugly. Nobody is. It's simply about alignment. That's exactly what I'm saying, Aaron. You get it. I love that. You get it. Yes. Aaron is saying, are you saying I'm drawn to people who affirm the belief of not being chosen? Yes. Yes. And it's because of when you were a child, that was the energy that you knew and recognized. And so your belief system somewhere back there in your subconscious, oh, that's what love looks like. Well, I guess I'm attracted to that. It's the only thing you knew. You didn't have the experience of maybe a good, healthy love where you were chosen. So that's new to you. You're not familiar with that energy. So that's why you've got to start talking differently to yourself. Mm. Well, I'll pull a couple cards for you, Aaron, but I have been talking a while. Let's see. Aaron wants to know the energy between this person and Aaron. Y'all, did we ever hear about the baby? Did she say anything? The energy, please. What is the center energy? I've been working on that, and why does it keep coming up? I decided to stop entertaining someone that was distant. And now I have decided to choose myself. I love that. Aaron, that's exactly what you need to do. That is perfect. And as I always like to say here, because of what I just talked about with frequency and being a match, don't look for things and people outside of you to give you happiness. That is an inside job first. Once you take care of yourself and your happiness and you choose you, then you will naturally attract someone who is equally as healed. That's what I was saying earlier. Nothing from Lyanna and Rainbow. Oh, well, I'm gonna picture. You agree with that too, Gary? I am picturing happy things for them. Ah, what a perfect card to come out to answer this, Aaron. Oh my God, tarot is so amazing. It's so literal sometimes. It's staggering. The energy between you two is you're teaching each other. This is the card of the student. He's holding an opportunity of a pentacle, but it's young, it's new, I don't know everything about this. I need to explore this. I need to understand it. It's a lesson, it's a learning opportunity about things from the past, which is exactly what we've been talking about here. These are energies from the past. Look at that. What do you see on that card? You see a father and a child, a son. Can't make it up. Can't make it up. And that you are starting to see that these are pentacles. It's 7 of Pentacles in reverse. That where you've invested, the things you've invested in, yes, thinking, even though it's pentacles, have not paid off. That's the lesson that you two are going to show each other. Now, yeah, yeah. And it feels, in some ways, it's going to create conflict because you'll feel like, well, somebody's dropping the ball here. What's going on? I don't understand. But it really is, the sooner you start using your positive affirmations and start loving on yourself in all the ways and start, just like I was saying to someone in a reading earlier about visualizing and using all those tools, then this won't need to be a lesson anymore. It will be a learning. It will be like, shifted that energy, next. This is helping you to heal something from your past. It's like, I know I don't need to move forward with this imbalance, meaning, this issue. I don't need to move forward. And this person is helping you to see that. It's helping you learn the lesson. Can't make it up. Well, Aaron, for the same reason, and that's like 3 questions, and I'm going to have to stop so I can do Gary's reading, because I told him he was next, and this before I knew that you had already paid. Excuse me. Well, it's the same thing. I've already answered that question. Actually, it's a frequency. We're so accustomed to just putting everything in the reference of 3D. I have so much chemistry there, so much attraction. Well, what do you think attraction is? It's not. There's more to this than just this physical flesh. You are an energy being first. First, you're attracted to the energy, then the body follows. That's the answer. So you are recognizing that you have something that you will mirror to him, and he has something he will mirror to you. It's like 2 magnets, because they're like frequency. They're being pulled to each other because those frequencies have a lesson or a learning that they can give to each other. And for both of you, this is mutual. It's healing a wound from the past that's created imbalance in both of your lives. And Spirit is saying, we don't want you to go forward. We don't want you to continue to put your time and energy and invest in something that's not going to pay off for the long run. So, time out, learn this lesson right here and right now with this person, apparently. You're saying, I'm choosing not to invest here, but somehow the universe keeps this person in my life. Well, when you get your vibration clearer on what you do believe, meaning the positive, you just keep working. You keep doing the things I've said. I recommend you go back and replay this later. But do the affirmations, shifting your energy, loving yourself, filling your own cup first, all those things. It's just an inner, you're now doing this, and he's over here. He was right now, you still have a lot of that going on, but if you keep doing the work, he will slide away. He won't be a match for you anymore. It's very simple. But sometimes the universe will test us a little bit. Are you sure? Are you sure you're choosing you? So that lingering may take a minute. And remember, as I said, you have momentum, a lifetime of momentum with this wound. It doesn't shift overnight. You've got to give it a little bit of time. All right, here. I am choosing to not invest. Oh, I already read that comment. Let's see what else. Is my chat up to date here? I think it is. That's right. Adia said it perfectly. There's a lesson you need to learn regarding this connection, period. Once you learn, the contact will be completed and your spirit will feel lighter. I love that, Adia. Thank you for adding that. Yes, indeed. That's the way it works. You don't need the lesson. You've learned the lesson. Then that person leaves, or you leave, or you live happily ever after. But you're only going to attract people that are a match to you. So if you change your energy, then that person will shift to match you, or they'll leave your life. Okay, Gary. Thank you, Erin. Great question. Thank you very much. I think everybody that was here, yeah, I know, hydrate. I think everybody that was here appreciated, hopefully, appreciated hearing me go off about that. Okay, Gary, is my job, and thank you for your patience. Is my job in danger? Maybe a time frame cards, please. Aaron said, so even though I got over this street crush, the universe brought this person in my life that will get my attention to see if I continue to choose myself. I could not have said that better. That is exactly it. Yes, sometimes it will do that. Absolutely. Did you mean it? Did you really mean it? Because the other 200 times we tested you on this, you didn't really choose yourself. You just said you chose. You know, it. Sometimes we'll do that. So yes. So keep choosing you, Aaron. That's awesome. I'm just glad you got it. You're very welcome. My pleasure. Thank you for being here. Thank you for buying a reading tonight. Now let's see. Yes, thank you, Adia. I was gonna say that a minute ago and forgot. Thank you. I'm asking what deck for Gary because I don't think it's the Light Seer. Hmm. Don't use this one often, but we'll see if this is going to work. This is going to talk. Yeah, excuse me. I got to hang on a minute. I got to make some room. Not sure why it's okay. You did pluck that thought right out of my energy field. Ooh. Yes, you did. You're really good at telling kind of when I'm running out of steam or whatever too, I think, Adia, and I appreciate that. And oftentimes it's my voice. You can tell when it's starting to crack like that. All right, we are asking for Gary. There was part two. Will you let me get your question real quick again. I'm sorry. I was scrolling back. I just read Gary's comment. If you're a man, no woman is out of your league. Chemistry. Oh, you're funny. There we go. I don't know, Gary, if I don't do time frames, but we'll see. We'll see what comes out. Is your job in danger? Okay, Spirit. Gary wants to know, is his job in danger? Is his job in danger? Now, we're not talking about your channel, are we? Your tarot channel. I mean, your YouTube channel. We're talking about other job. Mm. Wow. That may be a yes, Gary. This is not looking good. Hang on. Boy, I hate to give you this news, but this looks like a yes, your job is in danger answer. Now, I would say, again, I'm not crazy about doing timing, but if I had to guess soon, 3 to 5 weeks is what I would guess. And I'll just show you the cards. I have the Tower, followed by the 3 of Pentacles in reverse, followed by the 5 of Pentacles in reverse. And at the bottom of the deck, crossroads. This causes a crossroads. Excuse me. Oh, my chat's not keeping up. Hang on a minute. There we go. Yeah, your physical job. I thought so too. I mean, the Lovers in reverse. That's disharmony. Three of Swords. Now, this Three of Swords is in reverse. It is in reverse, but that didn't. In a job reading, I still see that as followed by, yeah. Oh Lord, Five of Pentacles. These are all somebody's, yeah. And the conflict, disagreements. This is ego, pride, winning at all costs. So it's almost like, does somebody have it out for you? Good Lord. Gary, this doesn't look too good, my friend. I'm sorry to tell you that, but yep, thought so. So we need to start looking. I would recommend, yes. And I mean, that's pretty clear to me. Scapegoat. Okay, that's what it has, that weird, like somebody's trying to get you. Yeah. Mainly because this card is in the upright is why I said that. This guy doesn't care who he hurts to get what he wants. Yeah. Missed opportunity. Or lost opportunity. Oh, yeah. Yep. So something to do with communication. Now, interesting because I've got these two cards back to back. This could represent a person. Like, I don't know what your what your real job is, as you call it. But this, or this could just be the person that has to give you this bad news. That could be what that means. This can also be this can talk about boundaries, yes, but it's a communication. And then this means a difficult, bad, or even it means energy that's unfocused. It means, to me, it's bad news. I don't care what the card says. That's what it means to me. Which causes delays, frustration, scattered energy, followed by disappointment. Yeah. and more disappointment and um it's like emotional immaturity, insecurity. That's the word I'm looking for. Well, yeah, if you're gonna lose your job, that's a no-brainer. And an ending. Wow. Gary, I'm sorry, but that's tough, but that's what that looks like to me. Now, the Tower is in reverse. So this usually in a reading, if it wasn't for the other cards here, I would say this either implies it's an internal tower, meaning stop thinking negatively and it won't happen. I'd love to say that to you, but that's not what I'm feeling here, honestly. This can also mean something's already happened. So maybe the incident that may end up causing this has already happened. That's kind of what this feels like. Like you're saying scapegoat. So whatever this is, I think ultimately already happened, but the the fallout hasn't happened yet. You being the fallout is what this feels to me like. Um, Time to move on, speed up. Screwed up bad last week. Oh, got you. Well, you sound like you're human to me. I'm not judging you. We all do. We all do. Wow. Well, let me ask this. I don't know what it'll say, but let's see. Is there anything you can do, or what is the advice for you that you could do? Um, that could help you or shift to something. Do I want to take that? That's awfully. Well, that's interesting. You know, all that big speech that you just had to sit through, I just talked to Aaron about. Um, moving forward, but with the judgment card in reverse, um, can be a little bit of self loathing, um, inner critic, self loathing, punishment. Okay, so I think first of all, don't do that. Yeah, move forward and hang on, because there's more there. I'm not getting that story yet. Let me see. Yeah, move on toward your own happiness, something new and passionate. Okay. Gary, this is an inside job too. Part of this is very much well, everything is. Everything is inside. The world is just a mirror for you. Everybody. But this does talk about um in other words, this card is the Knight of Pentacles. And there are 4 knights. He's the only one out of all the knights that you can be sure is going to get to the destination. But he's the slowest one. He's the slowest. But he's carrying the very valuable, the new opportunity, the Ace of Pentacles. Now, what might thwart that, whether that's you getting a new job or something else, whatever, is your mindset. So be careful and go back and replay everything I said to Aaron. Everything I said to Aaron, except the specific issue he's dealing with, would be reflected here, because your mindset could screw this up, screw the pooch. If you're stuck in the energy of I screwed up, I shouldn't have done what I did, I'm the scapegoat, all the things, whether it's true or not, it's irrelevant almost. It's like, don't get stuck in that energy. Instead, focus on things that make you happy. I know this sounds like such a Pollyanna thing to say. Focus on what makes you happy. Well, I'm thinking I'm going to get fired. How's that going to make me happy? I mean, I'm hearing how ridiculous that sounds coming out of my mouth. Believe me. Let me see what you're saying here. You're a Capricorn. Capricorn is presenting this. You mean, of course, I'm hard on myself. Ah, yes. Roger that. Well, stop it. Stop it. Stop doing that thing you do. Because if you will focus, and here's tarot backing me up, if you will focus on personal happiness, guess what's coming? Something you feel passionate about, something brand new, a new opportunity, a new project, inspiration. But notice these go hand in hand. Get happy, and then you get the new thing. Not you get the new thing when you get happy. I mean, not you know what I'm saying, the reverse of that. Get happy first. This card came first. It's like this. Focus on your own personal happiness. Now, this does mean, so I don't know what you're thinking about this, because it talks about stability and luxury and all the good things, but it also can mean independence sometimes. I mean, it's typically the 9 of Pentacles, but still, it's about personal happiness. Mhm. So here's the question. If you could do anything in the world you want to, and you didn't have to worry about money or obligation, what would that thing be? What would that thing be? Now, I'm not telling you to disregard real life, but I think that's part of the story here. Maybe this happened to you because you weren't really happy doing the job anyway. And Spirit said, well, okay, because that's what happens when a tower moment comes into our life. It's because things weren't really meant to be that way. It was built on a shaky foundation. And so things will happen to tear it all down so we can rebuild it on solid ground. What makes you happy? What do you feel passionate about? Oh, I love that. You applied for a job with dogs. Oh, I love that. See? And I think that's something you are passionate about. And I know part of that is because I can feel it, is they don't judge like people do. They love us unconditionally. Yeah, no. Now, yes, watch yourself that you don't fall back into this lack of self respect, judging yourself. Yeah, this talks about new ideas. It talks about communication of some kind, knowledge, just knowledge. So maybe this says, get busy studying, learning more about dogs, about your new passion, educating yourself about that in some way. And don't hold on. This is like when someone feels like they've had to carry everything by themselves for a long time. We've all been there. The burden is just too much. We simply cannot carry it any longer. This is the end of the journey. This is the end of the journey. And guess what happens when this person puts these down? Where is it? It resets. This 10 of Wands resets to the Ace. So this is saying you're at the very end and you need to put it down. You need to put, part of what you need to put down is this negative thinking, this critical thinking. Yep, because that's the, excuse me, that's the beginning of manifesting. Excuse me, sorry, it's been a long day. That wasn't personal. Of manifesting, this new financial opportunity. It may start small, like this job they're talking about. It may. See, I didn't read that comment till I just was saying this because it feels like a pay cut. Yeah, that's what this feels like. It feels like a pay cut. You may even experience some, oh my God, what have I done? What is happening? A little normal despair because now how I'm gonna pay my bills, that kind of thinking. What was I thinking? I've lost control here. I don't know if I have the resources to go forward. Again, I don't know how I'm gonna pay my bills. So you may go through some of that, but I feel like this is just you'll this is what a tower does. This is a result of a tower happening. It's basically, Gary, what I'm getting here for you though is this is a reset. I don't care what all these, it's a reset for you because it's going to cause you to look at really the long term and what you really want to do, and putting I'm hearing putting what you love doing over what you have to do to pay the bills. And I'm not saying stop paying your bills, I'm not, but I'm just saying it's causing you to assess a more long-term view differently than you might have before. Yeah, and you're ready. You're ready for, yeah, equality, fairness, some balance in your life. Yes, and forward movement is coming toward that. Yes, I love this. This is, in this kind of reading, getting into something you love, basically creativity, romancing something. This is the card of romance, but it's like I love this thing I'm doing, this new thing I'm doing. And you will feel unbalanced for a while. That's normal. So it's just giving the story that we already know. This ending very well might cause you to kind of feel like you have to Tighten your belt, as they say, a little bit. Don't get sucked into that negative thinking where you feel like you're going to give up. Don't do that. Don't do that. Because this is what's coming. You're going to be so overwhelmed. You're going to be so happy. You're going to love, love, love this new thing. It's going to be worth it in the end. So it might be a little bumpy getting there, Gary, but it'll be less bumpy if you let yourself get sucked into that mental hole of, like you were saying, that Capricorn thinking. He said that, I didn't. I'm not judging Capricorns. Yeah. Still feeling that. Yeah, I'm sure. I'm hard to keep up when every little thing is picked apart. I knew it. Thanks for the confirmation. Well, yeah, thank the tarot cards. It just amazes me. It's such an incredible medium. I hate to deliver bad news, but then you can kind of plan, right? Excuse me. Sorry. I'm trying to read that to say hello. Tane Tanis Libra Rose. Did I get that right? Hello. Well, that's right, Gary. It is what it is, and that's life. And it's like my teacher, my spiritual teacher, has always said, life is like this. And I did a short about this. Sometimes we're down here, and when you're down here, you just have to remember to tell yourself, this is not forever. I'm just here for a minute. I'm just here for a minute, and I'm going to get out of this. And then when you're up here, you have to also remember, this won't last forever, but I'm going to enjoy it while I'm here. And our job, despite life doing this to us, our job, our mission, should you decide to accept it, is to be like this internally. So we stay steady. When we're up here, that's wonderful. When we're down here, it's okay. I know I'm comforting myself because it won't last forever. We try to find an even keel, not get lost in the highs or the lows. So that's what I feel like that's helped me through many of both, especially the lows. It feels like forever when you're in it, but it's not, of course. Things change. Just watch that thinking, Gary. That's the only thing I really would caution you about. It is what it is. Freaking roller coaster. I want to quit first. Okay. Okay. That's your decision for sure. Yep. This too shall pass. That's right. This too shall pass. It all does. It's life is hard, guys. It's like when my boys were a little bit older, not when they were babies, of course, but when they were a little bit older, or teenagers or whatever, and they'd start. I remember sitting at the kitchen counter and I had a little breakfast bar, and we would be sitting eating lunch, whatever, and they'd start whining and complaining about something that was just so ridiculous. And I just look, sometimes I'd grab them by the ear and pull them in a little bit. But I would just say to them, and it sounds so cold, but I said, you know what, sweetheart, life is tough and then you die. So get over it now and you'll save yourself a lot of heartache. It just is. Um, but it's all about how you move through life, isn't it? So don't get stuck there. This planet, yuck. Well, if you can turn your thinking around, go back and replay everything I said to Aaron, Gary. I'm serious. Go back and replay it. If you can turn your thinking around, you can create whatever you want. Now, that doesn't mean we won't have challenges. Of course, we will. The higher we go, the more we ascend, the more we grow spiritually, the bigger the challenges have to be to rock us, to teach us. Did y'all know that? So be mindful of your thinking. Be selective about what you take in. And you've heard me talk about this before, but like, I don't, but like you would give, if you want a healthy body, you got to put healthy food in it. If you want a healthy mind, you got to put healthy things in there too. So don't watch the news incessantly. Don't watch negative things. Don't let yourself go down that rabbit hole. Make yourself, if you have to, force yourself, cut off negative things, and then introduce new soothing things, new positive things, new routines, new instead of waking up in the mornings and turning on the news that's we all know is depressing and all the things. Excuse me. Turn on, like, for example, YouTube, and do a search for positive affirmations to start your day. Get yourself off on the right foot. Sit up in your bed and meditate in the morning before you start running around and scrolling through your phone. And I'm saying this for everybody, Gary, not just you. Um, because it's a choice. Everything is a choice, whether it's food or entertainment or how you move with and through the world. It's a choice. Happiness is a choice. Sharp is saying after enough experience, say around your 40s, and something in a good mood stabilizer. Oh Lord, life doesn't seem so unmanageable. Yeah. Sorry, y'all. Can't get that out of my throat. Your patience has never been higher. You mean high? Yeah. Well, then that's probably why you're being tested, or one of the things that Spirit wants you to work on. Just saying, that's my job, right, Gary? Well, that's a good point, Sharp. Contentedness is not happiness. There was a movie, and I wish I could remember the name of it. I can't even remember who was in it now. But the punchline of the movie was things weren't going perfectly in this person's life, but they were having a conversation with a loved one. They were sitting on a bench, and the person asked, "How are you?" And knowing all the stuff that this person was going through, this person said, "Are you happy?" And the person that was having some challenges, life stuff, said, "Happy enough." So, what is enough? It's what you determine it to be. It's what you decide is enough. So, if you have to have the castle on the hill and 25 sports cars to feel happy, okay. I wish you luck with that. If a beautiful day and a sunset and a loving conversation with a family member and a delicious taco for dinner is enough, then you're probably going to get that goal faster. You're probably going to be happier more often. So I'm just saying, I'm not telling you to lower your expectations, anyone. I'm just saying, when is enough enough? Oh, you too, Gary. You stay awesome too. And I'm going to say a prayer for you tonight and hope it all comes in your favor, however you determine you want that. Happiness does come in small doses. That's right. It's always the small things. Well, not always, but they seem to matter. What's it saying? And it's all small. All right, guys. Gary, I hope that helps. Thank you very much. I got to go. My voice is going. Thank you guys very much for being here. Thank you, my sweet, fabulous, incredible moderators. Good to see you all. I'm good to be back here with you. Who knows? Hopefully, this will be a very productive week in my house journey. I'm getting, hopefully, the floors will get installed, finished. The countertops will go in. The hole in my ceiling where I had a big leak and the ceiling crashed will get fixed. My new light fixtures will get hung. This is all that I have planned. I'll get the vanities, both vanities painted. All that I'm hoping will get done this week. Probably won't get the plumber until next week, but it's happening, guys. It's happening. So thank you for your patience and bearing with me while I get through this transition. That's all it is. It's just a transition, and I'm doing the best that I can. And I know y'all understand that because you're like me a lot. Okay, well, yes, good night, Sharp. Thank you all so much. I love you to pieces. Wishing everybody many blessings as always. And yeah, that's a lot. It is a lot, Gary. I try not to come on here and whine about it, but it's a lot. Yeah. Meanwhile, keeping up with my other stuff. Anyway, okay, guys. Happy Sunday evening. Have a good week, and see you when I see you. Hopefully, at least next Sunday night, if not sooner. Okay. Much love. Bye.